Hi guys, Debs here, and today I'm going to talk about sleep patterns. Oh my goodness, everybody's sleep patterns are out, and I feel a lot of you know why that is anyway. But if you don't know what's happening currently on this planet, please watch my Knowing the Bigger Picture. I'm going to list it below because once you get the enormity of this time we're in, you're going to recognize why the sleep patterns are disrupted. Okay. Um, so watch that Knowing the Bigger Picture video and get what's happening. But I'm going to give you some other helping hints here. And they're things that have come from sessions that I do with people, QHHT and my quantum integration sessions. And the higher self will always tell someone, oh, do this, do this, do this, do this, and it will tell them the reason why things are coming up. So I've got them written down here so I don't forget them because there's quite a few things that you can do to help yourself. But understanding the bigger picture of what's happening is the first thing, because once you know that, you recognize, oh, there's really nothing wrong with me. I'm going through an evolution. We're going through some shifts, and my body and my mind and my energies are feeling it. Okay. So let's talk about a few things. The first thing that was coming up for people was they need to understand that they're not their mind, because it's the mind that often keeps you awake. So when you lie down at night, you're tired, you go to rest, and then suddenly the mind pops in and it starts chatting. Now, you and I know the mind is software, okay? It's not who you are. Guys, I've got another video about that, what it is, how it works, and how to check your mind, all right? That's important to know that, by the way, because if you don't know that, then you think you're your mind, then you're going to be spinning out. And you don't need that. That's going to stop you sleeping for sure. Okay. So I'll link that video below too. But once you know that your mind's software, know this. You can actually unplug it, like with your intention. You can just imagine unplugging it, and so it's sort of almost like you tuned out of it before you rest. All right. And I would do this. I just used to pull the plug out of the wall. Imagine I was unplugging my mind doing that so it would be quiet so that I could actually go into rest, because when someone's really quiet and they're going to go into a sleep, they often start thinking about things, right? So unplug your mind. The other thing is unplugging from the collective mind, mass consciousness. Now, if you watch my video about what the mind is, it explains this. Your mind is connected to the collective mind as well. And what that means is, we're in a time where everybody's cleaning out their old gunk. They're actually, we're in an evolution. We're shifting paradigms. And what happens when we're in a time like that is the mind tends to freak out. It's trying to work out what to do next. It's trying to work out how to function in your life. And yet the mind, because it's outside of our body, it really cannot think its way through the next steps. And because it's connected to everybody else's mind, we're often picking up somebody else's thoughts. So if you unplug from the collective mind or mass consciousness just by your intention to do so, so you imagine again another plug socket and it's mass consciousness. Everybody's thinking, everybody's thoughts. Unplug from it. Because if that's running through your mind, you can bet your bottom dollar you're not going to get a lot of sleep right now. Okay? So those two things are going to help, and the videos that I just mentioned will very much help. Now, there were some practical things, physical things that we were given from Higher Selves of late, and these are they. One of them was, if you get 5 or 6 hours sleep, it's fine. Get up, go about your day, and then take like a half-hour nap during the day if you can. Now, most people are working at home now and they can do that, which is amazing. I mean, I do that. So I would put some solfeggio harmonics, some beautiful sounds, harmonies on my, on my headphones, and I would lie down and just time out for half an hour or something, and my whole systems get a reboot like that. And I only get about 5 hours a night normally, so that works just fine for me. So, but that's been told to clients in quantum sessions as well. So I thought, wow, okay, why don't I just tell you guys? So if you're getting less sleep, then if you can have the nap during the day, great, right? If you can't, maybe you need to go outside and do a meditation. Get out of the office, get away from the tech, and do something like a meditation and reboot your system that way. Now, magnesium has been given by many people's higher selves in sessions. So if you can take magnesium, I'm noticing that magnesium malate people are being told to take. So I'm sure you guys know your stuff about all of that. Obviously, greens helps. So if you can get it in natural form, it's the most appropriate because your body knows how to use that. So greens was one. The other thing was when you lie down before you go to sleep, make sure that you like almost flush your energy body. So like I would use the violet flame, for example, and just clear out my energy body so that I didn't have any, what could we say, any old energies running in my systems, because that can have your mind active and that can actually stop you sleeping, right? What else have we got here? I had to write a list because there've been common things that people keep saying. Oh yes. Someone's higher self said, you're not grounding your energies, so you need to get out, put your feet on the ground, bare feet, on the grass, in the ocean, whatever, like ground or earth your energies, because all the high energy that's coming in, it's shifting our DNA, shifting our patterns on the inside. And if you don't ground that energy, it's running around in your system, which makes it really hard to sleep, guys. Now, I'm sure you know this. You're an electromagnetic being. Your cells carry electricity, right? And you probably have got shocked when you've touched things before, or another person. And if you get that, you're definitely needing to ground, right? Because you've got a lot of energy in there and you're not actually grounding it out at your feet. So, yeah, so when someone's higher self said that, I thought, oh my God, of course. That makes total sense to ground your energies. And when you understand that bigger picture of the light coming in, this amazing light that's coming in, then you are running higher light in your body right now, whether you realize it or not, you know? So really do take the time to ground, guys, and get out into nature, because the field of nature, it's almost like an infinite perfection. You can go into nature and just expand your energy body, and that balances you, right? And taking the shoes off is even better, right? So yeah, that's a good thing. Now, what else have we got here? Let's have a look. People's higher selves are telling them this. Look, these solar flares, the comets, the astrological alignments, they're definitely supporting the shifting in the DNA. So there is a lot going on in the body, because, you know, our bodies are changing from this carbon-based system, and this is science here, from a carbon-based system into like a crystalline light body. And so that shifting actually affects our sleep patterns as well, which I know is why the higher selves have been saying, you know, magnesium is important. You can have magnesium baths, you know, magnesium salts before bed. That would be great. The other two things were turning the lights down, because, you know, the bright light affects your systems. Basically, it keeps you alert and awake. So dull the lights at night, turn the tech off, guys. We turn our internet off every night. We never leave it on, right? And we turn all of our gadgets off in the house, and make sure you're not doing tech before you go to sleep. I mean, we never ever have a phone by our bed. Oh my God, it's at least 5 meters away from us, and it's turned off. All right. So, yeah, get the tech away from you, for sure. I'm sure you guys have got loads of other ideas, but like I say, I'm putting this out today because so many people are freaking out because they're not getting enough sleep. And yet if they know the bigger picture of why, it helps ease your mind and calm you down a bit. It's interesting because even with my mind, and my mind's like a best friend with me. It's great, you know. Now, it wasn't in the beginning, but what I say to my mind sometimes, because it you know, if I've only had sort of 4 to 5 hours sleep and I've got a client, you know, in a couple of hours, my mind will start saying, oh, you know, you really need to you know, take a nap or do a meditation or do something, you know. And I'm like, no, I don't. You know, it's funny because the mind has its own stories on not getting sleep, and that's because this world is full of programming about sleep patterns. Now, It's true. I mean, when I studied psychology, we talked about the effects of sleep and needing 8 to 10 hours, etc., etc. But guys, we're not in those times anymore. There is very high light coming on this planet. So, it's changed how the sleeping happens. If you've got more light running in your body, you may not need as much sleep. But you see, the mind still plays the old patterns. Oh, you didn't get your 8 hours, so you're going to be terrible today. Well, call your mind out on its crap, because that's not true. Um, and use all these tools, and let me know how you go. And if you have great ideas as well, share them at the bottom of this video for other people, because truly I feel a lot of people are freaking out because they're not getting the sleep. And yet a lot of us that have done our inner work of realizing we don't need as much, and that we can do little naps and reset ourselves, or we can listen to solfeggio and reset ourselves. So, yeah, I'm hoping that helps you. And the fact that this has come up so much lately, I feel there's a lot of you guys out there that are actually experiencing this, and that's why I wanted to share. You guys know there's always a reason why I'm sharing. Um, so I hope that helps. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you're looking out, you're really taking, or making rather, self-care a priority, guys. All right? Take care of your inner world. I send you love. Namaste.